bad time in facilities too. Because Joe doesn't remember me ever taking a sick day. It would give me a bad time in facilities too. Because Joe doesn't remember me ever taking a sick day. It would give me a bad time in facilities too. Because Joe doesn't remember me ever taking a sick day. It would give me a bad time in facilities too. Because Joe doesn't remember me ever taking a sick day. I know, I get that too. Telemarketers.
I'm doing pretty good. Well, long as you come down and water.
Absolutely. 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 Wouldn't miss it. Thank you.
Good morning. Oh, Mr. Yamhill County Commissioners.
How are you?
Oh, Jesus, I'm standing up sitting. Don't sound real good. No. I'm on the bed.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
And then you're leaving, right? I hope
You
so.
have to talk to Stan or Rick about this.
There is Carolina's weather earlier. That's the background.
Oh yeah, me too.
And you're on.
I leave the house for meetings at 6:50.
Well, maybe Stan will be one
What's the
of
great
them.
one?
He's doing transit. Hey.
Oh yeah.
So we'll just have to.
Right here.
He was good. You were
Okay.
comfortable. It was good. When Stan comes in,
Looks like
looks
sorry now.
before he goes over.
How are you?
Look at this.
Hi, Don.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Good.
we'll give you an update on. what
News
we
day
heard.
again.
So don't leave without us getting an answer for you. Okay. We'll have a better answer for you.
Good morning.
So I see you brought some reinforcements. See,
Barry's not here, so.
no, Barry's not here. So all this time, you've been taking the abuse on your own.
You know what that is?
Oh my goodness.
No. A spring.
First time of spring.
First time spring.
Do you hang out with him?
Way too much.
Voluntarily?
Way too much. Yes.
Oh, I bet you've been waiting a long time to do that.
I had a pet that throw. It was like.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good
He
one.
thinks ahead.
Yeah, he does. Is it today the first day of spring? No.
Next week.
Next week. Okay, that's great.
I sure wish.
Didn't know we had a funny guy in the house.
Hey, Dave.
Hey.
That's funny.
Hey, how are you?
I left an hour early. I'm halfway through, I'm like, where's your nine? So I stopped over at, Covenant,
Yeah.
and they opened at 9, I was there about 5:10 o'clock, and we're sitting in places. City store, it was like,
Oh, you mean co-op?
it's co-op.
Yeah.
And everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I have a place to go, regardless, I'll just hang around here for about 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, I heard you
Oh.
were very sick. Henry's
Yeah.
actually great.
Oh, you look awful busy out there, sitting out there.
Brother, you knew, yeah.
I can imagine, you don't sit around and do nothing.
No. I was at Rotary yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd given a presentation.
I'm doing one at Kiwanis today.
Oh, good.
We call this the Huffer place. Like,
I almost got one of the clues on the crossword puzzle. Nabisco tree
I think,
since
isn't it a good thing for you?
1912.
No.
Of course.
I almost blew that one by him.
I was the person that's what he got. But
Four
I
letter.
love the play.
No, I talked to him this morning. He had different-
I know,
I
I
finished up
never.
that coconut cream pie last
Did you?
Yeah, I can't complete sentences.
You wanna mow the yard tomorrow?
Voice.
It's supposed to be a nice day, Saturday
Well,
and
so you
Sunday,
have a
so.
cell phone, you have a laptop, so you certainly don't have to be here. Remember, if anybody
2
gets
o'clock.
sick the next week,
2 o'clock sounds good.
I know, it's the Huffer Lake.
yeah.
Yeah, but the library.
I mean, they really love you over in your house. Everybody downstairs, it's like, can you use the back stairwell, please don't come here in the office.
Don't you always wonder how he gets away from the radio station and just, he has everything on autopilot out there.
That'll take very
I don't know, I've never seen you gone this many days.
Oh,
That's a good
automation,
idea, just
what would
obviously
Dave do without it?
Not messing our house.
Yeah.
Serious stuff.
Well, that's like, yeah, looking back at my first year's schedule, just figure out how many days off I have, sick days.
What do you think of that little Behringer?
It's traveled with me twice overseas. It's
Pretty sturdy?
yeah, it's you know, they're inexpensive, but they're pretty good quality. They're not the top of the line,
No, I understand.
but they
And they don't pay.
do a pretty
I've
good
been
job.
thinking about buying a 2-unit of those.
The
with
one-
graphic equalizer for running monitors.
The one
off
problem
my
with
PA.
the smaller Behringers
Yeah,
is the power plug. It's a small. It's not very durable.
okay.
And if it travels a lot, Behringer's not a good one to use the small mixers on, because it's a real small thing and the pins inside are really lightweight. So there's
Oh, no, what happened?
Mackie has an offshoot called I have to look it up, but they're kind of a Mackie mixer, but they
Yeah, I've
have
seen them
uh,
on Amazon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are better, and you're better to pay a few more dollars unless you want to go with a bigger Behringer board like this one, where you got a robust plug. The other one, we're not going to buy any more of those other ones because we had one in our bag, and a mic went against the connector, totally destroyed it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And so you don't have a power supply, so you can't run the mixer. So just
Oh, no,
no, the small Behringers are not. I don't recommend.
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, that's difficult.
And I wasn't sure
I'm trying to remember what
if I had
that.
any piece of mail.
I have to look it up here.
So Terry had
There was some,
dinner the other day.
Yeah.
I figured
he
out
said, well,
I was like,
maybe if it goes in the bank, you know, it's photocopy something like that. So I checked with my bank and everything's updated to my post office box mailing address.
That's bad.
Someone sent in the transits and I'm thinking, I don't really want to say, all the way back to their place and I know I don't have it. Now some stuff coming to my post office. You know, it's chair, isn't it? Yeah. Your authority is chair. When I fill out the post office box, I need to get a photocopy of.
Laura did complete, but then I think he felt like he needed to be here to watch us.
I thought so. Yeah, I
We're gonna go home
sure
after
was
this,
right.
We're gonna see.
Even
That needs
that,
to stop.
but you know, change the drive. I had so many stickers on my license, and that part of my license is so big.
You should go home. Can you just go home and take a nap and then maybe work from home?
He's got a cell phone, he's got a computer.
Yeah, can do everything
Yeah,
from
well, it
home,
should
take a nap.
10 minutes ago, it was great stuff.
Leave your pajamas, take a nap, and
For
then.
every time I go to DMV, I end up getting stuck in the longest line or behind somebody who has like 5 requests,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
So
I'm there for 2 hours.
Christian's sick too, how are you feeling?
Caroline, there's hardly anybody there, but
Yeah.
unfortunately,
there.
I come back with that book on post office. I walked right to the waiting line.
Oh, God,
now we got one of these. No, you gotta go back to the number.
Oh, no.
Stereo. These new chairs, huh?
That was easy, but when I started something like that.
So, see if
First week, we transferred over
Why did you go for
Well,
Arizona
I
State?
just interviewed
Well,
Trustee
you
Williams
back here, You went, what did you
this
interview?
Thursday.
Sometimes
Fun
it's
like
like it's mother.
community
I
changes?
thought it was.
I interviewed
Yeah, no,
Josh
it's less
Williams.
sunny here.
He says he-
Yeah.
Those are the,
Did you do one last week? I saw one on
that
TV.
was Chelsea.
the other week.
Ben said she was like, "Is here,
to live there.
He's not coming.
My first electric bill
And
was
then you
only
both could be.
$8. That's right, you can turn around and face the wall. There, now you can hear it.
Yeah, there you go.
Can't see where you are.
I guess it's that one.
Nothing's important if I don't have to hear anything, you're good. Nothing important. Or just read, yeah, just notice you're good.
well, I took day 4 instead of night, so I should have done
I have a Costco size thing in my purse currently, Dayquil. Just in case.
Morning, Sam.
Hey, Don.
How are you?
Good, thank you. David, how you doing, sir? Good.
That's right.
Right.
Too early. Them and their meetings.
So do you want me to just add that when I, okay, I'll just ask you to comment. Okay.
Let's see how accurate.
Here we are.
Good morning, it's 10 o'clock. Thank you all for being here, and welcome to the Yamhill County Board of Commissioners formal session for March 15th, 2018. Mark, would you lead us in the pledge?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. This is the time we have set aside for invocation prayer, and really happy to have with us a gentleman that doesn't need an introduction because he is so well known in this community, but I think it bears a little bit of listing some of the things that Howie Harkema has been involved in this community for a very long time. Howie has been was the operations manager at the soup kitchen at St. Barnabas, co-founder of Love in Action, the founder of Pre-Sea-Wish, the sheltering program for homeless overflow, and also the steering committee for Sea-Wish, which is the winter inclement shelter help, and also has been in 6 churches sheltering those who are homeless from the winter elements. and been involved with the Medical Free Clinic at the First Baptist Church, and also the co-founder of Piecing Community Together. I know that the Housing Authority's been involved with that. So Howie Harkema is here to do our invocation, and again, thanks for all the work you've done in our community.
It's an honor to be here today.
Thank you.
Can we bow our heads?
Yes.
That'd be great. Lord of all creation, we come today to honor you and to remind ourselves of your pivotal place in our lives. We ask for your blessings on this meeting. We ask for your wisdom that it would guide us as we seek to accomplish the goals of today's agenda. Thank you for the opportunities you give us to serve you and to serve others. May we grasp those things that you want us to discern and understand. May our hearts always be ready to respond to you and to your wisdom. May our actions and our attitudes please you this day. We pray all of these things in your mighty name. Amen.
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 Thank you, Howie. That was great. Really appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let us move on to item A, public comment. Doesn't look like anybody's here to make public comment, so we'll move on to the consent agenda, item B, and County Council has a revision for item 3.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. In speaking with the Sheriff's Office, we're still waiting to hear back from the Oregon Health Authority on a couple of relatively minor revisions to that grant agreement. So with the board's approval, I'd ask that you approve this agreement subject to the final review and approval of County Council. We're expecting that information hopefully by the end of the week, so they will continue to move forward. They have a hope to get the program going by early April. So
Great. Okay, thank you.
Well,
So,
Madam Chair, I would move approval of the consent agenda with the change that has been asked for by County Council.
all right, we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended. Any further discussion?
No discussion.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 The motion passes unanimously. On to C, old business, we have none. D, other business, we have none at this point. Public hearings. Item E1, we have a mass gathering permit application for the 2018 Memorial Weekend Boat Races event to be held May 26th and 27th, and the applicant is the Newburgh Boat Club, the Columbia Outboard Racing Association. So please join us. Come on up, and 70 years, huh? 70 years and still going
counting.
strong.
Well, the 70 years, yes.
Yeah.
She's not talking about your ages, you know. Unfortunately, it's close there, too. Yes, this will be our 70th year as a sanctioned boat race from the American Powerboat Association, which does cover pretty much all the boat racing in the United States. We're the second longest running boat race in the U.S. One of the things that I don't think we really touched on too much is the quality of racers that we have here. We run between 20 and 22 classes of races. We run pretty much all the stock outboard, a few of the modified outboards, and 2 classes of alpha performance class. Out of those classes, in 2017, 15 of those classes, the national championship high points person actually races at Newburgh. Also this year, we're hosting on Saturday the national championships for the sports C class, and on Sunday we'll have the national championships for the 45 SS classes. So not only is it just an average boat race, we're also having 2 different national championship events at our races this year. So we're asking, as we have in the past, if it's okay that we get this mass gathering permit to allow us to continue on with this event.
All right, do we have a...
I do have a question.
Okay.
Who's number 1?
You know, I've asked that question and I really don't have an answer. I know it's a race somewhere back east. I'm not sure which city it's in.
Well, obviously then they can't be as good as you are, or they'd be more prominently known, so.
We have, one thing that we're known for is we have a very unique resource. The river course, we're a little bit Broadway. And our turn two is known nationwide to be the toughest turn two in the nation, so that's one of the things that we're known for.
And that would be where exactly?
That's the one down by the bridge. As they come down the back stretch or along the outer bank on the other side, and they come into that turn, there seems to be a little bit extra wave action.
I'm going to remember not to kayak that day. Those 2 days. I'll bet.
Now yours are all power boats, so the problems they're having with wakes on parts of the river, power boats don't really create those kinds of issues, do they, along the
Not
banks?
these boats.
Yeah.
No, these boats here, one of the biggest lakes they'll put out, maybe only needs 6 or 7 inches.
Yeah, I was pretty sure of that, but it is becoming quite an issue down the river with these wakeboarders, so.
We're very aware of that.
Yeah.
And we're trying to stay right in the middle of it.
Good, thank you.
So, Christian, at this point, because I know in the past we've waived everything as far as the mass gathering permit fee except.
Historically, it's been waived, but for $250. And that's been in light of the charitable aspects that these and other mass gathering events tend to include. So I don't know if you want to discuss with them what their charitable component is for this year, but that's been one of the reasons that it's been reduced historically, and then the $250 has been assessed to reflect the limited amount of staff and administrative time and cost involved.
And so the charitable aspect of this is what this year? Is it the same every year?
Typically we donate approximately 40% of our profit to various, to the fire department, Shannon Park and Rec, you name it, we do it.
Okay, great. So, any other questions? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion. I would say, Madam Chair, the only other change from this year, I believe, is that they've also asked for camping privileges on Thursday night prior to the event as well, to allow for some additional time for folks to come down from Washington and basically give some.
Yeah, we have, and we've been doing, we've asked for that for the last couple of years.
Okay.
But we have people from California, Idaho, British Columbia, a lot of people out of Washington come down. And there's a few of them that like to get an early start to beat the traffic, and they show up on Thursday evenings.
So would that be camping in
the park?
In the park itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that would be for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
What you had been just doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it started to eke into Thursday?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
It was the same last year, and I didn't even for Henry, it's saying that it's okay to just have.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's an issue that's been vetted and there are no concerns.
We discussed it last year.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, McKaylee.
Thank you, McKaylee. So do we have do we need a motion at this point to approve this, or is this just?
The last thing I would ask is that you make sure there isn't anybody else here who's interested in testifying as part of the public hearing.
Okay, do we have anybody who'd like to comment at this point? All right, doesn't look like that. So.
Thank you.
I think
I'll make a
Commissioner
motion
Olson was
that
making a
we
motion.
accept the mass gathering permit for the Memorial Weekend boat races with camping allowed as specified, because I certainly don't want to break a 70-year tradition.
That's right.
So I would make the motion that we accept that.
Okay, we have a motion to approve item E1. Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 The motion passes unanimously. Thank you very much, appreciate it, and,
If I may,
Yes.
I might add one more comment. We put together a estimated income effect to Newburgh, and through the years, it's been somewhere between $27,000 to $30,000 a year for motel rooms, for parts, for gas, meals, whatnot of it. Now, we interview the drivers, and their families.
Mhm.
How many nights did you stay in your home, or did you stay in a motel or in law?
Well, that's good to hear. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Find out how many more years you have to go to be number one. Or find out which one we have to cancel.
We'll ask that question.
Okay.
All right.
And
Thank
Madam
you.
Chair, just to clarify, that approval is based on prior years where the fee is reduced to the $250?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you at
gentlemen.
the races.
Thanks.
You're all invited. Please stop.
It's a fun time.
See you there.
She'll be in her kayak.
Not that day. Nope. Thank you. Appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank you for coming. Item F, are there any announcements?
I have no announcements for
Okay.
the formal.
We had a great town hall in Newburgh, a great turnout, and it was just what a town hall should be. Folks who had concerns and found out a little bit more about their county government.
I did sit on a committee yesterday approving RFPs for grant funding for workforce development, and I'm proud to say that of the 12 applications, I was able to get 5 of them approved for Yamhill County businesses. So
Nice work.
it was, there will be several $1,000s coming into Yamhill County to various businesses for the development of their workforces. So it was, I felt really good since Marion, Polk, and Lynn County were also involved, and we had the largest return.
Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Thank you, Commissioner. All right, if there's nothing else, for the good of the order, we will conclude today's formal session for March 15th, 2018 at 10:13. Thank you all for coming.